Fucking with 3 the hard way. Thank God Eddie P 3 the hard ways.
And that's
Yes,
it.
sir. We are back. Thanks again to all our new subs.
Yes,
And,
indeed.
Continue to
Appreciate
hit
you.
that like, share, subscribe, and
Yeah.
get down in those comments and give us some suggestions for next week and all that other good stuff. And get down in the comments and just holler at us.
Yes,
Thank you.
please.
For sure. Crazy
up.
week. How you brothers been?
Yeah, we back at
Here,
it.
brother. We
We
back
back
here,
at it.
man. Doing the thug fizzle.
Thugs podcast now, man. All the Thugs podcast
That's what it is.
with your gangster ass.
Where the fuck is Ob at, man? He's supposed to be, throwing shout outs to Godfather shoe shine and shit. I was thinking about that old dude the other day, man. Like
Man,
he
on
was
that
a
moped,
staple on the
man.
south side.
On that
Yeah.
moped. Yeah, man.
I remember watching him push that moped up Oak Hill by the hospital.
Damn.
Because he was a
Damn.
big dude.
Yeah, he was.
a big
Nah. You know who I was thinking about? Remember old Blue?
Blue
In the
yeah,
wheelchair.
Blue in the
I was
wheelchair.
thinking about old
the
Blue.
motorized
Yeah.
chair.
Yeah, I was
Oh my
thinking
God.
about
Dude,
That
old
was
used to
Blue.
be down by the bus station.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking about Blue the other day, man.
Yeah, man. That shit.
Was that the dude with all the flags and stuff on
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
Yes.
him. Yep.
Yes.
That's him.
Oh,
Hold up.
he
I got
was
one. I got one for
everywhere.
y'all.
Yes.
I got one for y'all. Maxwell the bounty hunter.
Oh my God. He was
Who's
Dog
that?
the Bounty Hunter of Youngstown, man. He was a complete man. Dude
Who's
was
that?
Burgundy car with the Moorish flag, and then he would have the coexist sticker in the window, and yeah, he walked around with a kufi on.
yeah.
Damn.
And a bounty hunter badge.
Yeah.
That sounds real familiar. I didn't know that was him though.
Southside.
If you had a black dude that was Dog the Bounty Hunter, this was the cat.
That's him.
I mean,
Wow.
but he was black. You know what I mean? Like, just he
That's
stood
crazy.
I'm
the
sure.
fuck out so weirdly. You know,
I'm
it's
sure
just-
he stayed in business.
Oh, for sure.
Man, for sure.
They
I'll
said he was
send you the
badass.
link.
You would see him every Sunday too. He'd wait for your ass to come out of church. You know you violated, right?
Oh, shoot. Hey, but
That's some
shoot, you
foul
know,
shit.
you know how that works. Three of all
That's some
the
foul shit.
convicts and dope dealers went to church back at the crib, son.
Indeed.
Cardinal rule. Cardinal rule.
Man.
Knocked
Just
up all
cat
the
the
church
link, man,
girls.
so he can chime on in.
Hold on. Op said he needs the link.
You
Yeah.
get it? You shoot it to him?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him to scroll up.
Oh shit!
Roll up.
It's like God dang, it's right there.
Oh,
He
dang.
ain't man. You got to send him the direct link again because he ain't gonna do that, man. That is fucking hilarious.
Let's see. Let me shoot him the
That's
link.
dope, man.
Too funny.
I just sent it to him.
All right.
No, I don't know his email. I just texted to him the whole thing with the. That's dope. You did the Brenda got a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah.
So hopefully our brother could jump on, man. But damn, bro.
All right.
And you sent the links shit Sunday.
Yeah. He's been commenting on the same text string that the link is on, and he's complaining that he didn't fucking get it.
Hey, I did that 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, oh yeah, here it is.
Here it is. Got it.
There's a
Here,
there's a pattern. There's a pattern going on here.
You know, we got to get this roast in before he jumps on.
Yeah, definitely.
Too
Man.
funny.
He's getting fined again. It's like, dude, you got the link. He said, scroll up.
Too funny.
Come on, brother. Up before we get completely into it. Fuck, is he? Did he respond back to you?
You know, it's got to go to his email because.
Oh shit! I text him. My fault.
Yeah, my man. You know, he just found out that the internet's on computers now. Nah. Yeah, you'll be there in a second. I just shot it to him.
All right, man. Too much dead air, man. Let's roast. Let's get it, man. Let's run it. We can jump in.
Oh, here he is. Paddington Bray in the house.
Paddington.
So while you niggas is clowning, you realize your link didn't. It didn't have the fucking link. It had everything else but the fucking link.
How's everybody else here?
It had everything else but the fucking link. I just checked it again.
How was everybody else here?
Hey, I don't know what you did, but it had everything else but the link.
All right, man.
The joint I just sent you.
Damn.
Is right under Streamyard, man. Streamyard Link right under the time.
So I hear you, bro, but I went to his name specifically so I didn't have to scroll through all of my email. And right under his name, it said the link, but it wasn't like I couldn't click on the shit. Was I supposed to copy and paste it?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I did. Yeah, that's right.
There's the mistake.
Yep. But that's the link though. That's all. You just didn't do the extra step. That's all. But that was the link. Normally, like you said, you're right. Normally, you could just click on it and then take you right there. But
all right, my bad. I should have copied and pasted some shit we ain't been doing.
Yeah.
We here now, though. All well and good. We here now, bro.
You remember Maxwell, the bounty hunter?
Nah.
Yo.
He's east side, man. He's east side.
Okay. He was everywhere, man. Okay,
He's everywhere.
What the fuck?
But yeah, Tank, go ahead, run that, man. We get this shit cracking. You good?
Oh, that's not the first one. This is the first one.
Yeah.
All right. Indiana budgets $1 million for safe haven baby boxes. So now you can drop off your unwanted child at a fire station, a hospital, or an EMS station, which is the absolute worst fucking place you can take a child. These are not daycare providers. Oh man, I can go on forever. Fuck them. You might as well throw that baby in a bag with the cats that you don't want and drown them shits. Like it. This is a problem all the way around.
This has been going on, for however many years or whatever. But why all of a sudden it's a headline? They're dropping $1 million down on this now. Like, why they have to reinforce it with more money now? What's going on?
Well, isn't it in lieu of the whole the abortion shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's you know what? I mean, it's bad enough that shit got reversed. Regardless of how any of us feel, especially myself, I'm pro man. But I think it's I'm pro fucking man. I think it was just the alternative to hey man, we telling you motherfuckers you can't have babies no more. You can still get rid of the motherfucker, but you can't kill it. That's what it's almost like they're trying to prove their whole point about it being murder, it being infanticide or some shit.
I think that's the cover of it, man. But there is something really monstrous going on behind this.
It's trafficking, parts. I don't really want to go too far with you get what I'm saying with the parts.
Yeah,
it goes like
thank you. Thank you for keeping it light on that because we could go. It could get dark. Real quick.
Go there. Let's talk about it.
I didn't think about because I don't want to get snatched.
That's the thing. Some of that, it's not about
Pepsi,
It's not about Drizzy being wrong because some shit. Real quick. I don't know if you guys just heard of the story recently, man. Like some cats, I think it was some Asian people, were abducted. And, these motherfuckers said that their organs, they were forced to sell their fucking organs.
Yeah.
Along with some. Yeah. So it's not, we ain't saying you wrong, but Shock E got a point, man. Like, they'd be like, oh, because you know they trying to control the shit. You can't say the P word. They don't want you to say the M word. You can't say nothing about the you can't say nothing about Cheerios. So you know, go ahead.
That's all I said. We got.
Can we still say? Can we still say nigga?
Yes, always.
Yeah.
Yes,
Always.
Yes,
Always.
you can always say it.
Always say that.
Makes my teeth whiter.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna just
don't forget about.
I'm gonna just touch
on.
Yeah.
Mercedes asking us to go deep.
Go deep.
Shout out to Mercedes.
I'm gonna just touch on it. Like, okay, so you know, this could be a huge connection to the whole child trafficking, human trafficking. Because I mean, you got a baby box, and of course, there's this the camera age, everything's surveilled for the most part. But you know, they like you said, you had EMS, fire stations, hospitals, police precincts. But now you have boxes with add a certain level of anonymity where you don't have to look another human in the eye and just drop this child, you know, off at an isolated location, set them up in there. The lady does a demonstration there. I wish we had the clip. You know, they actually had a commercial for this during the news broadcast in Indiana, showing a woman how you put the baby out of the car seat, set them up in there, boom, shut the box. And you assume someone's on the other side, you know, gonna come and take the baby out, you know, while they're, you know, in good health.
Yeah. Because that's when people, you know, people normally drop off babies after, you know, they do their grocery rounds. You know, like Drizzy said, you hope somebody's on the other side. You know, folks want to be, you know, like first thing in the morning or the crack of dawn, you know, just midnight hours or whatever, and dropping off a damn baby in the drop box, like it's the night drop of, you know, today's day's earnings.
I mean, it as fucked up as it sounds, what's supposed to be done? I mean, now you done force these women to go through with pregnancies that they didn't. Some of these places don't give a fuck if the woman was raped, if it's incest, none of that shit. No, you're gonna have this baby. So what's supposed to be done?
Yeah.
The Cuddy mentioned daycares, which that is a plausible option, but then you figure out at some of these daycares, these kids are being murdered, beat on, and every fucking thing else. But I do think that is a better option. But it's like, what are they supposed to do when you've taken the choice away from the woman?
That part.
Good point. Great point.
Great point. Great point.
Go ahead, old man. What you about to say?
This is some absolute fucking bullshit. And it's been going on for a long time. I started the fire service in '97. And this was a standing thing then in Ohio, where people could drop off babies at fire stations. Why aren't they putting these boxes at child protection services? Firemen are not fucking babysitters. They're a group of individuals with severe mental issues that run into burning fucking buildings and do work that nobody else wants to do for very low pay. And when you add on extra additional duties, somebody's going to be selling these babies. I'll tell you that right now.
Like, what baby? We dropped off the baby at
what baby?
What baby?
You know, babies around here.
These are not trustworthy individuals.
I paid my child
You can't trust people at police departments. You can't trust people at fire departments. You damn sure can't trust motherfuckers at hospitals.
That's
So I would go with. Well, let me ask you this first of all. Before I say that, have you ever experienced that somebody dropping a baby off, Cuddy?
No.
Okay. Well, this is what I'll say because I agree with you. Going through fire school and knowing some of them cats. You wouldn't want Logan taking your baby out of a box. You wouldn't want.
You don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. You wouldn't want Logan taking your baby out of a box. You know
I got
what
it from your
saying?
delivery, son. I got it from your delivery.
Motherfucker breathes in fiberglass and has no problems.
Damn. Damn.
He inhales that shit. But no,
I just imagine Wolverine. Even if I was wrong, I was like Logan.
If you knew this,
like a slash between Wolverine and Martin Riggs.
Listen, let me say this.
Oh, shit.
If you're familiar with Old Man Logan the comic, that's him. It looks exactly like him. But listen, I think what you said was a wonderful idea. I don't think Child Protective Services, because they do a shit job.
But I only brought that up because that specifically is their duty in civil service.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think what you're saying, man. I mean, come on, man. You motherfuckers come back with all kind of shit on that bunker. You know, you never know what's going on.
Right.
My thing is, I think what you said, like the daycare. I think that's probably the best option. I think that money needs to go there. I think special training needs to be had amongst the staff, and I think something can work with that, man. But you're right, a fire station is not it. But I mean, it's like so much shit. So society's fucked up, and so many things we see we seeing the effects of these people rolling back the fucking clock on a lot of shit.
Yeah, apparently now.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Yes,
that
ma'am.
part too. She
Mercedes.
That's what I'm saying.
Mercedes
They're the head
ma'am.
of it.
She right.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
They may be brokers.
Yeah.
didn't we do something about that on the Mercs with Mike's about CPS trafficking kids?
I think
Oh,
we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
You
We
did that
did.
one.
So I
and there
mean,
was
it was
lady-
in Houston. It was in Houston.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Was that the one lady that was pimping? She was
Yeah.
pimping. Was that
Yeah.
it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
read that story, but I wasn't on
Yeah.
that episode. But yeah, I read
Yeah.
that article. Was going to drop it for us, but yeah, that shit was crazy. She was pimping
Mm-hmm.
the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, shoot, it's fucked wherever you look at it. I mean, shoot, I kind of see it like it's the two box theory. The baby come out of one box and go into others. Fucked regardless, B. Man, I hate to say it, but it's fucking true. Shit.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
Well
There are
said.
a couple holes in here. I mean, yeah, when you put a baby in one of these boxes at a fire station, there is no guarantee that firehouse will be occupied for any amount of time. I mean, that is the reason why these employees are have a different work schedule under FSLA, is because fire incidents can span
Anytime.
multiple days or multiple weeks. These people might not fucking be there, and that baby dies in that box. You know what I mean? Waiting for somebody to come back to the station to check it. This is like, this doesn't make any sense.
If you send a kid to a Catholic church, the priest to have his finger in his butt. So you know,
okay,
Like,
okay,
it's a lot of shit.
I don't allegedly.
okay,
Allegedly.
On some real shit though, like seriously, like we could probably work. They should make this another addition to Planned Parenthood, like facts.
So they can juice the baby for parts.
So they can
No, I'm
just-
saying
yeah.
like, oh no, because no, listen. I'm gonna land this plane here.
All right.
They already on that foul shit, but I'm saying after the baby is born, like find a good home. They're not gonna do it, but make it seem like they would.
Do you guys hear any like good stories about someone who was put into the system and now they're good? No. Like everyone I've known that has been in the system has a fucking horror story about
and it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
They go, hey, let me tell you, they go harder on the adoptive parents. I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but they go harder on the adoptive parents than they do these foster homes. They know these motherfuckers be getting these kids just for the little checks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For as many people to come out for it. Matter of fact, fuck that. For it to be an ongoing joke about the fact that these foster kids be getting raped and shit like that, for that to be a warning that adoptive parents have to even give their children is fucking up. It's a systemic problem, man. No, I ain't never met a motherfucker that said they had it good. Niggas be like Randy in The Wire when they go up in there and there be a whole bunch of kids looking, and he like, yeah, you'll have a good home here. And then when they walk out, they start whooping his ass and stealing his shit. Like that's
That's
you
how
know
it
what I
goes.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre gladiator school.
My great grandmother was trafficked through that system.
Oh dear.
Sorry to hear that, man.
I'm talking about from Pennsylvania to West Virginia to Ohio, you know, and she carried a lot of that, and you know, her daughters, my grandmother, and I want to say both sisters, My two great aunts, they worked in that system, you know, and the stories that they could tell, the state that they found children in, even with their natural birth parents, and how sad it was that those children would still rather stay with their birth parents, regardless of what they were treated like, than to go into these other unknown situations.
Thank you, Miss Mercedes.
Right on.
Appreciate that. Thank you for actually bringing that point up.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Goes on to say that disabled children get treated even worse.
Yeah.
Silent victims.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And how about this? This will really be twisted. Don't ever drop your kid off at a fire station. Seriously. I had a higher up, an assistant chief that retired, and when I cleaned out his locker, there were photos of a disabled woman that he molested for years. That lived next door to the firehouse, and you know these are supposed to be trusted individuals. So do not.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly. It's not. It's not allegedly. This motherfucker was fucked up. He did it, and you know he's gonna burn somewhere for
Only reason I'm saying allegedly, Cuddy, is because our faces aren't blacked out on this motherfucker.
Hey,
So
I said it. He can come find me in Mexico.
You that know who? Okay, all right. Let me shut the fuck up.
All right, let's move on, man. We going a little too deep on a real touchy topic.
Let's
right
get
now.
it.
But there were
time travel.
Hold on, go ahead.
A good one though.
Go ahead,
If
finish
you
it
got
up.
baby boxes, how you locking people up for missing child support payments? Even if it's 26 consecutive. 26 consecutive. Gotta lock you up, bud.
Right.
Yeah.
What was you about to say, Cuddy?
But she can just
drop the baby off, but
I'm done.
You can't stop with the payments or opt out. You can't opt out, but she could drop the whole
town needs an enema.
So
like
in this news article, one of the things that is published on Indiana's Department of Child Services website is that this safe haven law gives a person the ability to give an unwanted child up anonymously without fear of arrest or prosecution. So we're living in the age of genetics. Everybody can go back and you just need a DNA test, swab that baby and you'll find out who the parents are. This will probably end up being a very bad problem in the long run.
This whole shit is bad, man. It like I said, man, we are seeing the effects, the fallout of this shit where they turning back the clock on everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like this shit is like you want to put a baby in a box, and that's revolutionary. The only thing I said was okay, because then again, let's say this person that doesn't want the baby keeps the baby because there's nowhere else to take him. The baby's gonna grow up knowing they not wanted, along with some other shit that's probably gonna happen to him. Yeah, some resentment, some abuse. You know what I'm saying? So.
Touch on what
I
said
thought of a person that went through that came out all right. Moses.
Wow.
I mean, he didn't make it into the promised land, but
man,
his mama did put him in a basket and float him up.
I was about to pass the mic back to you on your topic, man, but you killed me with the Moses. Man.
No, that's different. It's completely different. Moses was white, and everybody knows it.
Allegedly,
he was a white.
Moses was a little white baby.
He was light skinned.
With blue eyes. Even back in Egypt, they wanted white children
with blue eyes, and blonde hair. No, he had red hair.
What were you going to say?
Don't get no more white than red hair.
I was gonna pass the mic back to you on that whole thing about father's rights or lack thereof when it comes to opting out of having to make those payments. Even though the mama could do, she could pull an audible, and be like, yeah, this is gonna be a run pass option, and pass that baby off, and the dad is pretty much stuck. He has to, he's in limbo. Got to sit back and wait and see what's she gonna do.
Can you imagine CPS swabbing this baby and then sending the fucking child support bill to the real father?
I
They
could
do it.
see it.
It's
They'll
cheaper.
do it.
Ultimate
The
fuckery.
DNA test is cheaper. Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
see
Do
it.
it.
And
They
they
got
tell him
motherfuckers.
he's lost out on his rights because he wasn't with the mother.
This motherfuckers in
For the-
Michigan paying child support on babies they know
Yeah, in Detroit and in other
it's
parts
not
of
the
Michigan.
motherfucker's
That's
daddy.
not his.
Right.
That's not his. Yeah. They jammed him up because she
Right.
put his name down on that
Because
piece
she
of
put his
paper.
name down.
And he like, dude, I met you. You was 8 months. You know, that type shit.
They about to be like, we went to 23andMe, motherfucker. We want that child support.
Yeah.
That's
You
what's
gonna-
about to
You're
happen.
going to pay court costs. You're going to pay for this DNA test.
Right.
And yeah. Some other shit.
Give us your license.
Or like they're doing in Pennsylvania, whatever. They put a boot on your shit. You come up short.
Hey, I remember my pops real quick. One
Crazy.
time my pops he called me up. When I was in the army. This cat called me up like, man, can I borrow $400? It was $500. I'm like, why, man? Like, man, I'm in the rears, man. They gonna put me in jail for child support. I gotta give them something.
Did he owe you?
I'm like, man, you gonna ask me for money to
help
pay
you to
child?
pay.
Right.
Pay my own child support.
Right.
Because you
Wow.
ain't been doing what you're supposed to have been doing, huh?
Bust it
Like,
though.
That's
Then it was this cat in the gym too, man. When he said he had a son that was a certain age, man, I was like, what? You got a kid that age? Yeah, man. You know, made a mistake back in the day. He said, but shit, man, what was he saying? He said something like the cat called him up one day because he needed child support from him to pay his child support to his
Damn.
baby mom.
Damn.
I'm like,
Damn.
God, shit, motherfuckers be
Generational curse.
generational
Right.
curse. The child support system.
God
They gonna
damn.
They
start
all
getting
just move into Big Mama's house.
Yeah.
Man, come on.
these
Yeah.
fools gonna start getting slick and do like they do in NYC at the Apollo and start taking these motherfucking picture IDs when you walk out the theater and start getting motherfuckers jammed like that.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
All right, Drizzy hit him with the remote. Fast forward, man. There you go.
Oh shit! All right, let's see.
Man,
UFC's latest venture, the Power Slap League.
this is for you.
Man,
Hold on.
This
I
is
watch
for you,
this shit like at least once a
Hold
day.
up though. Hold
What's
on.
up?
Can I please interject? So that whole Dana White shit was promo for this?
That's what I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
Hey, that's what I was thinking. It'd be funny if he says that shit too.
He
Funny
probably
if she
will.
said it.
But
Yeah.
this shit debuted a couple weeks ago out here,
Wow.
man, and the reviews are in, and people are like, man, this is too much. I thought folks was going to be done when UFC started. I was like, man, you can knock a motherfucker out with your ankle, and then get on top of him and start hitting him with tomahawks, and then talk about I got to wait for him to tap out. This dude is so unconscious. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Can't stand that shit. But now you got this shit where dude's face is caved in.
Do you
Oh,
remember how
don't
much?
forget bare knuckle boxing was the intermediate
Yeah.
step. That's
Are they
Yeah.
still doing that
They're
shit?
still doing it, but this is the UFC is a staple now.
Do you remember
you
how
know.
many motherfuckers died in the original
Died,
iteration of the
90s.
UFC when the Gracies owned it? It's like it is now because they came up with rules, and then now they got this shit where Buddy's face. Did you look him up after that bullshit?
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, I mean, he looked like he got told like dude gave him Bell's palsy.
Listen, man, and when Stephen King
Wow.
wrote the Running Man, he did it under a pseudonym. This is what he was talking about: society and these reality shows. And it
Mhm.
started out with this type of shit until
Yeah.
it got to competitive murders on
Yeah.
television,
Oh, yeah.
i.e. the Running Man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. Like y'all that hard. Maybe that's why they getting these Serbian Russian motherfuckers to do it. Like you that hard up for money, y'all slapping the shit out of each other.
You know what? The thing is, this stuff has been going on for
Yeah.
decades, but there was no real money involved.
Right.
It was all about the honor and like the bragging rights and the recognition. Like, so you have Bloodsport, right? Well, we got introduced to it, I think, for the first time, really. Or you could go back to Bruce Lee with what was it? The
Game of Death.
that Game of Death, right? So, but these tournaments, these Kumite tournaments, they had them in remote parts of the world, and the
Right.
best fighters, toughest men and women. They would go and fight it out in these places, and sometimes to the death. My sensei, when I was a teenager, he told me about a kumite he was at. He fought for the British national team. He grew up in the UK. And he said, Frank Dukes, he said, wasn't all of that. He said that Van Damme definitely wasn't who we think he is. But he was basically telling me all these inside things. And I'm just sitting there like, you were there? He's like, yeah. He said one of his best friends got kicked in the groin and bled out right there, on the platform. In front
This
of the
nigga
whole
died
crowd.
from a dick kick.
Yeah, you could die from a dick kick, man.
Oh,
No, I'm just
hemorrhage.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah.
just someone dying from a dick kick.
Right.
It's fucking hilarious.
Is it? You have it.
Not if you're
Drizzy, I'm sorry,
hilarious.
Drizzy. I'm sorry,
I'm sorry.
Drizzy.
I'm sorry,
I'm not
man.
laughing at you.
This
man.
I mean, it is. It
thinking
is.
about
But
that.
It's the way he said it, man.
it is the way you said it.
Like that's a legitimate move in Karate Magazine. How to perform a 3-step method to performing a dick kick. Go ahead.
No,
Anyway,
yeah.
this
He
competition. Oh, go ahead, Drizzy. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. I mean, similar injuries take place in football. That's why they made them wear,
Cups.
athletic straps and jock straps and cups.
But yeah,
But the metal cups were the worst. But go ahead.
I just saw this, man, and was like, you got to be kidding me. And it's, it's making money. People tuned in. People showed up for the debut out. Of course, in Vegas, can't show up for anything. But this shit, man.
I saw the women today. Somebody had posted on the book on Meta.
Okay.
And they look like they would be taking pictures. I don't want to objectify anyone.
Got you.
They look like they both should be taking pictures for a living. And they're smacking the literal dog walking shit out of each other.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm guilty of watching this shit. I've been watching this shit.
I watch it once a day. I swear.
Hey,
Some of that shit be looking
Hey,
crazy, son.
I watch at least one
Some of that
match every
shit be
day.
looking crazy.
Listen, motherfuckers be up in the club. They be giving motherfuckers free drinks and $50. And man, I done seen motherfuckers' knees give out. I done seen motherfuckers tighten up and collapse. Family, listen.
I seen one fall forward and somersault to keep from breaking their neck.
Listen, even that video, he was holding on to the whole table, and he was kind of cheating because he was hitting dude with this shit right here instead of the hand. That big motherfucker had to quit, but it's entertaining. But how far have we fucking fallen
as a society?
as a society?
This is a sport now, right?
No.
It's a league. I'm sorry, it's a league.
Right.
No. Fuck that. No. They include curling in the Olympics. Nobody around the world slaps niggas, okay? And that should be a sport. Nobody else fucking curls with Canadians. Like, you know what I'm
started
saying?
in Africa. No, I'm saying. Motherfucker, like started in Africa.
It started in Africa, man.
Back when the lakes used to freeze. No, in
the first ice age.
Right. Yeah, man.
Like Drizzy was talking about, dying in competition. That was one of the things that was brought up. That was a concern brought up in the news article that MMA fighters were like, what happens when somebody dies? Man, I'ma lose my shit. Do you imagine being the first nigga to die from a slap competition?
Yeah, somebody done broke your damn neck because they hit you with that part I was talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my! They done snapped your damn neck, right?
You ain't see dude complaining.
His face, he was like, "Look at this!" Like his hand was just mushed on the side of his face, and his face just stayed like that. Like
you talking about the little dude
be dancing? Nah, the dude,
the big dude.
Yeah, the big dude.
Yeah, because he had already fucked little dude face up, and boy, I was wild. I'm like, man, he hitting him with this, and he kept complaining. That's when his shit started. But I'm gonna tell you, I might have had to hit that cat with the wrist too, because he hit that little motherfucker one time, and his handprint, his fingerprints.
Yes,
It was like was in his head, like and he was like this motherfucker, and he straight up just he said, "Hey." It's a certain group of people bet not ever get in that competition. Ain't nobody gonna win.
Stop. I can't. Don't you do it?
Man.
Don't
stop,
man.
Stop. If they start doing that, man, if they start doing that competition, I'm done. I'm done with social media. I'm done. You put that out there in the atmosphere.
Listen, be fucking motherfuckers up.
A bit.
I mean,
you know,
we got a competition now. It's what did the Five Finger say to the Face League? That's not
they
right.
might as well name that after Rick James.
It's a guilty fucking pleasure, though.
I can't, you know what? Because I don't like most of us. Everybody up here has probably been slapped one time, and they're, you know, and it's some stunning shit. But now you sitting there and you got this dude bringing it from Mississippi, you know, and smacking fire out your ass, man. Like, again, somebody's neck gonna get broke.
And some of these motherfuckers look like the Juggernaut.
Yes. Yes.
I was going to say, do they even have a weight limit? Like, do they even?
I don't think so.
Because if I was little, I ain't gonna lie. You hit me with that Palm Hill strike shit. I'm leaving the crown.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a wrap.
That's what it's called, the palm shit. That's what it's called, though. That palm strike. That's what he was hitting money with. And the other dude was just hitting him with the regular hand shit.
Nah,
man, look,
totally different.
You got to think about it, man. That's you got to be on your game, because when you swinging like that and you trying to make sure you bring everything, you necessarily don't know what you're going to hit them with. You know, we all slap box, and sometimes, you know, you got stung extra hard, and you kind of like, fuck that, we about to knuckle up. You know, it happens. But these guys are standing right in front of each other, warming up.
Right.
And then all of a sudden,
you know what I don't like about it that makes me laugh, though, is they touch each other's face before they.
Yes.
When they do that, they touch the face, and then sometimes they get a little tap.
Yeah, man.
I'm not about to stand there for that. I'm not.
I can't say shit to my wife. Like I rag on her. Like, why the fuck are we watching Housewives?
Yeah.
And then I'll go watch a motherfucker fairy and a horse or a cow, and a motherfucker slapping somebody. So, like, you know, and cobbling.
Ob is diverse when it comes to his channel surfing. So
man,
look,
that, fam. I know I'm getting old. I'm watching motherfuckers cobble. Like, and it should be putting me to sleep. Like, I'll be mad.
Man, whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes.
So
like that cow got a white line lesion, and damn.
Like I said, man, I ain't gonna knock you, because I'm, you know, season whatever of Swamp People is back on, and I love that shit.
90 Day Fiancés.
Shoot him, Billy Bob. Shoot him.
That's my shit.
I love
600-pound life.
What kind of future do you think this sport has? I mean, in 100 years, are we going to be looking back and say, you know, this is where it started? The United States government trumped up pimping charges to human trafficking, and now all that's left is the slapping competitions.
Let me say,
sort of like peaches in basketball.
If they're going to do this shit, they better do it right. So all I'm saying is, if they continue with this shit, motherfucking Pippin Ken better do the motherfucking coin toss. Sugar Free better do the motherfucking national anthem. And if somebody die, motherfucking Bishop Don Magic One better proceed over the dead body. Next.
Hell yeah. That's tabernacle.
I can't wait for the bootleg version of this from the Cats in Prison.
I'm trying to
man.
You know that's where
that shit gonna turn into a prison ride.
You know that's where
you know they got the phones, right? So you know it's gonna be on, you know, YouTube coming
for
soon.
Sure.
For sure. That's coming.
Just wait. Wesley Snipes and Michael Jai White are going to make a prison movie where they're both slapping champions, one on the inside, one on the outside. They got a battle. This is, I mean, it's going to get ridiculous.
Hey, Michael Jai White did be making the
That's just going to go straight to Netflix.
Nah, Tubi. That shit going to be on Tubi, son. That shit going to be on Tubi, son.
But this motherfucker gonna be doing it. He gonna be a trainer. He gonna be the trainer doing kata and shit just for a motherfucker to smack somebody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. God dang, Tank. All right, speak that shit.
Hilarious.
Oh my
It's coming.
goodness.
It's coming.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
sugar free doing it national anthem. Yeah,
love
hey,
It's fucking funny.
yeah, it's where we at in this country.
That's where we
Motherfuckers
at,
can't
man.
make it. Hollywood can't make a good movie, but we can watch motherfuckers smack the shit out of somebody. So
Yeah. Yeah, man.
and there you go.
It's entertaining. It's just
Yes, it is.
entertainment.
As I've said, it's a guilty pleasure, but I
It's
just, man, like I
I'll
said,
be like,
I've been smacked. I don't like that shit. I don't even like
Fact.
watching that shit.
I like reading the article. I found it so comical to hear MMA fighters talk about the humanity of
Yeah,
slapping. It's like
yeah.
I've seen people like unable to walk out of the ring because their legs are broken. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Conor McGregor, he got his leg broke in that joint or whatever.
yeah,
like you can choke a motherfucker to sleep.
yes.
You know, it,
But you can't
Yes.
slap them.
But you can't
Yeah.
Can't
slap.
slap him.
like you
can-
said, man, you can kick him upside the head.
Yeah,
Right, but you can't
knock a cat
slap
out
him.
with an ankle. You know, yeah.
You can break some shit. You can smack. Come on, man.
Enough's
You know what that's about, and I'll be short. That's probably about. You made a good point with that. I'm glad you brought that up. That's probably about motherfuckers saying, "Hey, yo, what if this shit take attention away from MMA?
Mm-hmm.
Because MMA has its lulls. They
Oh,
need
yeah.
that. They need that. There was a reason Conor McGregor and fucking Ronda Rousey was there. They actually need a face for their shit. When your George St. Pierre is gone, notice it's a shit ton of fighters in UFC, but they focus on specific fighters, man.
They need to get ass in the seats.
There you go.
That's all.
And the thing about this is straight headshots. Straight
Yeah,
to the
right.
face.
God damn. Mm.
You okay, Pimp?
Yeah, man. Shit.
Old man shit. That's all. After
Yep.
hours, old man
Yep.
shit. You know when the sun go down.
Who put the air conditioning on 73?
Touch
Yeah, that's how it be.
Who
That's
touched
how
my
it be.
humidifier? I told y'all, distilled water only in my humidifier.
Y'all joking, but that's how it is.
I'm only saying that because it's in the next room, fam.
Yeah.
I'm only saying that, man. Distilled water only.
Yeah.
It says it on my machine.
Time to go rinse out your CPAP with some yellow Listerine.
Why you-
Hilarious.
Listen, he not lying.
Hilarious.
You clean it?
No, I don't clean that shit. My mama made them. My mother cleaned that. My mother. Oh, I shouldn't even say this, but I already brought it up. My mom's a silly man. She was like, "Yeah." I said, "Mom, how you doing today?" "Oh, baby, my lungs. Oh, my lungs is on fire." I'm like, what's wrong? My throat, my lungs. It may have something to do with the fact that I clean my CPAP with Lysol. What? Ooh. Clean that motherfucker with Lysol. I'm like,
Ouch.
like, motherfucker, you just turned your CPAP into Auschwitz. Fucking
For sure. Ouch.
no hate on the
Yeah.
Jews. No hate on. We got to
Yeah.
come up with like a no homo when we talking about the Jews. No,
Yeah.
no Jewish bash. But yeah, she turned her CPAP into a fucking like. I was like, what are you
Dr.
doing?
Kevorkian. Yeah.
Yeah,
What the hell you
Gotta
doing,
use,
Mom?
Distilled water and white vinegar. That's it.
yeah.
No
There it is.
alcohol.
Nitrogen
That was
peroxide.
disinfected. Yeah.
They send me new
just-
shit. They just send me new shit like all the time. New tube and all that shit.
Dope.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, old man.
Are we
Old
done with
Mizzle.
this one?
Yeah, man.
Old
Let's rock.
Mizzle.
All right.
Man,
Moving on.
Ving Rhames. And the ghost of Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh, my God.
Sorry,
Oh, my God.
I got cut off.
That was so stupid.
My
Oh,
man
he's
Kofi.
on one.
Like the drink.
Yeah,
The dragon.
that's dope.
Paul Mooney hated that. I hate that nigga for that movie. Big nigga play the goddamn slave. I hate that nigga. Coffee like the drink. Man. That nigga was hilarious, man. Go ahead.
Oh,
All right, man.
modern woman gets humbled
I
for
didn't
lavish
see-
wedding
what-
request.
What happened with this?
I
man?
posted the video in our chat.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right.
Earlier
Yeah.
today, yeah, because I finally saw it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I seen it a couple of weeks ago, actually. Like right before we was about to do a live too.
She wants
Yeah,
a
man,
$250,000 wedding, and they've been together for years already. With
16 of them.
16.
16 of them, 2 kids, and she ain't built like that. She built like SpongeBob now. Ain't nobody gonna spend $250,000 on your fat ass. Sit down somewhere.
You better go to City Hall.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
then
he said.
Yeah,
That he
that's
said
exactly
those
what he
exact
said.
words.
Exactly what he
She
said.
said, I'm not gonna be your. She said, how much longer you think I'm gonna be your fiance? He said, till you ready to go to City Hall.
So you ready to go to City Hall?
Cuddy.
And she said that's broke people behavior.
I guess
Said,
we
well,
broke because we did it.
Facts. I guess we broke.
We did
Hold
it.
on.
Shit.
But he was like, "Hey, you ain't worked in 8 years. Who you calling broke?"
Damn.
Motherfucker said, "Hey,
Right.
leave out this house and see what you
And
are."
see what you gonna be.
He said that.
That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he
That's what he
said.
I don't know
That's
how
exactly
this
what he
that
said.
was. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Hell
SpongeBob
yeah.
had to sit her ass down
Straight up
because she
G.
knew. She knew as soon as she
ain't
put them
nobody gonna
panties
want her
on, it
big
goes over
ass.
that square ass.
I don't understand. Savage. I don't understand the mindset of somebody who's demanding something like how much is in the bank. He may be sitting on 260,000, and she want to take 250 of that for a day.
Just
Yeah.
show out.
And I saw the clip, and he was like, "We need that money to invest in shit."
Right.
You know what I mean? We got a family, right? Let's invest in some shit, man. Not a fucking wedding. 250K.
It's some weird shit with women in that. I think certain groups have raised their daughters to really believe that they're fucking princesses. Like I was watching Brazilla's this one time, and this woman was like, I forget how much it cost, but it was almost 100,000 that he paid for this diamond necklace. They were staying in an apartment. And he was like, babe,
shit.
he said, babe, we about to get married. I'm trying to save this money for a house. But I really want it. And he bought the shit. This motherfucker, they was at the wedding and she was prancing around with all the girls. Look, he was looking mad. And the dad was like, I can't believe I paid this much for a fucking wedding for a day. So she done got both of them. And I'm like, that's who you hitched your wagon to. You hitched your wagon to this. She gonna give you nothing but fucking problems.
Dude, I thought that's why I sent that clip. It was like, dude, we gotta talk about just that clip alone. I didn't know exactly the series or where it was from. And
Man, that's from
that
Love and
little
Hip Hop,
TikTok
bro.
chat. Yeah, but I didn't know it's what Love and Hip Hop family reunion. I didn't know this shit was going on that damn long where they having fucking family reunions now for this damn reality bullshit. But I just thought it was comical, like Brother Hobb said about these girls get this idea now. Like, how do you even come up with $250,000? Like, these numbers are ridiculous now. You hear these girls saying, I need a dude, he can't make nothing less than 100K. He need not apply.
But that's again, that's what Kevin Samuels was talking about. All of these women want a man. All of them, look, all of them want a cat. It's not even 100. They want, let's just call it, they want a millionaire. I don't even think a few 100,000 is good enough. we was watching the 90 Day Fiance shit, and it's one of the brothers on there. He's got this one from the Trinidad, I think. This brother does well for himself. She has no fucking job. And they was sitting up there talking about he should have a joint account with her. And he's like, no. And then they said, well, why won't you get a joint account? He said, because she can't stop spending fucking money. She mishandles funds. Like, I don't know what the fuck is it, especially her coming from fucking there to here. But I just don't understand what's up with this mentality when it's across the races. It's not that many men that make that kind of money.
The men, period. That's
many women worth that shit.
It's not even a race. It's the men, period. That's the
that's what I said. Across all races.
Yeah,
right.
That's the top 1%. Right. That's it. 1%. And it's
like,
the rest of us blue collar folks.
And they're unwilling to share a dude. So,
there you go.
Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't expect to have an 8-figure motherfucker, with a long ass dick, 6 foot tall, and want your fat ass. And you know what I mean?
Hey, Cuddy, hold on, Cuddy. No, call it what it is. You can't expect a 6'7" motherfucker with a dick the size of a tree, millions of dollars to be with solely any fucking woman.
Mhm.
When he got his
Fact.
choice.
Fact.
When they coming out the fucking woodwork.
You got too
And
many
that's why
choices.
Kevin Samuels was saying high value men exercise options. They don't
All
cheat, they
the time.
exercise
Exercise
options.
Either you get on this program or you don't.
Right. Like
That's
it
it.
sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta get on this program. When he's over, like you said, 8 figures. Yeah, you getting on his program. You're not bringing
Right.
nothing. You know,
Like they don't want to settle for a light skinned cat with some gray little belly on him. You know what I'm saying? With the newsboy hat. You know, my wife did, but they don't want that. They want, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's just we in society, man, have pampered women and put them on such a high fucking pedestal to really believe. Even motherfuckers whose ass can't fit on a pedestal really believe that they deserve $1 million motherfucker, man.
roll that clip for brother.
Man, you
Ted,
got to
please.
see this shit, bro. You just got to.
I'm sorry.
Hear
This one I don't know why I didn't. I got to all.
No, you
the other
all right.
shit.
You just, you got to hear this.
How long do you think I'm gonna be your fiance? I'm just curious.
Until you're ready to go to City Hall, you're gonna be my fiance.
Don't play with me. No, seriously, like stop saying City Hall because you're getting me upset. I deserve to be somebody's wife.
$250,000, $200,000. The type of wedding you want, that's how much it costs.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Yeah.
What?
Uh-huh.
You're bugging the. We're gonna invest that. He hasn't worked in years.
So you have no plans on getting married.
Please don't get. Let's go to City Hall.
I'm not a City Hall. Stop saying City Hall because shit about to get left. Like I'm telling you right now, how long you plan on being broke?
All that we're broke. Watch your mouth.
You
That's
saying
not
it
broke.
costs too much?
That's smart.
Broke people behavior.
That's smart. All right.
What?
Listen, you call it broke. You know what I'm saying? Leave and see what your ass gonna be.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying,
See, right
man. That's
after
what I'm
that, you need
saying.
a clip of Michael grabbing his crotch, going,
Right, right. That's what I'm saying, man. Lynette Carpenter, DJ, LOH on the ones and twos. Yes, you are, princess, sis.
Absolutely.
Yeah, keep playing. We're gonna be going through a drive-through.
Only
ahead.
the wives of this show are princesses.
Right.
Correct.
But
Boom.
sis, I'm gonna say this to DJ LOH. You ain't that. I'm sure you ain't never sat up at Ed's face and said, "We need." You're a woman with couth and you have grace, which is in short supply. That's that
Facts.
shit that Claire Huxtable had.
Facts.
You got it. Everybody that's watching, you got to know the LOH. Beautiful woman, beautiful character, beautiful person, and compliments Ed 209. What is he today? Shock E like a motherfucker, man. Like you got. Look at the type of woman that was demanding that shit. Like, come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Yeah, her shoulders
That's
and waistline were the
why I
same
wanted to-
size.
We could talk about it, but I wanted you to actually hear her.
Listen,
and that
let me say
energy
this.
she was bringing, man.
Let me
That's
say
all.
this. Let me say this. A motherfucking woman, I appreciate you. Welcome, sis. A motherfucking woman that bags a rich man shouldn't be demanding that simply because he's rich. I guarantee you, if that motherfucker said, "Let's go to the city hall," she ain't gonna. But then you never know these days. Let me be a billionaire. Let me be an Elon Musk motherfucker. The preacher about to come over. We're gonna do it in the living room. I'm not getting dressed up. I'm doing this shit in my drawers.
Facts. What about
But I want this. Get the fuck out.
an 8-figure dude and he demand a prenup, and she looking sideways like I met you in IHOP, and you acting funny because I want a prenup,
Right.
like, and they don't even understand. It's like I have to get a prenup with you because I'm in business with other folks, and they may not do any more business with me because you may take half my shit, which is tied into their shit. So
Right.
it's not necessarily I'm trying to protect all my assets. This is also protecting my future assets. So we could sign a prenup where you get X amount after X amount of years, but you signing something.
There you go.
Listen,
You
we'll
signing
backtrack
something.
just a hair. Okay. This was a headline story. They're giving
you
away
go.
humans for free. Bitch, you are not worth anything once you turn 40 and have 2 kids. Understand that. They're giving people away for free.
This shit is gangster. I didn't know how this all was gonna tie in, but thank
You
God.
just
man.
Where's the lie?
If you're using the fingers expressed by one number.
Listen. The way they rolling back shit, man. 12 or 13-year-olds gonna be able to work jobs and shit, man. Ain't no motherfucking woman on this planet should be telling
the 2 15s in a half an hour lunch.
Right.
They're doing away with all of that. They
Come on, man. No woman in a right mind, the way things are in this society, the way homelessness is, regardless of my fucking opinions, the way these corporations are buying up these homes, no motherfucker should be saying I want a $250,000 wedding when the average American are struggling to make payments on their fucking homes or are upside down in their homes. Get the fuck out of here.
Even if he does have it, and he said we got it, but no, I want to invest.
Right.
You know, she want to stunt.
She want to be seen.
She want to stunt.
She want to just have the shoulders of an NFL player, but not have that 25 rep max. You know what I mean?
Right. It's some weird shit going on now. More than
crazy, man.
Right. You hearing a lot of these females. My money is my money. Your money is my money. You must be talking to that vibrator.
That's that housewives mentality, bro.
There it is.
Housewives shows, man.
We in the time of that, man. The reality shows. Like I said, that was a Love and Hip Hop family reunion, and you know, my man had to like going outside, you know, and see how that works for you.
But you know what?
Since you ain't worked in years,
Vitamin C made a good point, man. That's that housewife shit. If you watch it, I'm like, what fucking human being wants to sit around in a bikini all day and drink champagne? Like
every bitch that we talk to, that's
you'd be surprised,
right?
You'd be surprised.
Every woman you
right into that one. I was like,
I did.
Where you been, homie?
Hey, and I guarantee you, if she's doing that, she's fucking
My
the pool
bad.
boy while you gone. I guarantee.
Yeah, I mean that's what little girls' grandmothers
like
put in
that.
their fucking head, like at a young age. I mean, where the fucking saying, a wet pussy and a dry purse don't match.
Yeah.
Some old lady shit, and it taught to their fucking grandkids and great grandkids.
And you got these women actually confused as to why a lot of these cats, not just the passport bros, are outsourcing the pussy. You got cats that's like, man, fuck this. I'd rather go to another country. I'd rather pay a straight up street worker a couple dollars for some pussy. Because look, let me say this. I watched a few of these documentaries. And I'm like, oh, these bitches is hoeing until you realize they like, man, look at the economy. All we got, the only fucking what am I looking for? What's the word for
commodity?
The only commodity I got is my body, man. And it is so sad. I seen that shit on this documentary about the Dominican Republic. And a young lady was like, look, I can live comfortable. I mean, if this is such and such work here, I got a kid to raise. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to look down on sex work when you start looking at it like that versus over here when there's so many different fucking opportunities. You know what I mean?
And I gotta check the number.
Let me just throw this in there. Look, no, don't ever look down on sex workers. They're good people. I'm sorry.
I agree. No,
I
I agree.
I don't know about. I've never
agree.
contributed,
Allegedly.
but I agree with them.
I agree with you.
Let's just say I pay taxes in Vegas. Keep it moving.
Hey, and
wholesome.
You know what
people.
though? I gotta check on the numbers, but like we're outnumbered by women by 4 million.
Yeah. I think it's more,
men
bro.
that call themselves women.
I think it's more, Brody.
No,
Keep going.
I don't
Keep
think
going,
it includes
Drizzy.
that number,
Keep going.
but
Keep going, Drizzy.
Right.
yeah,
Don't let Tank distract you.
Right.
But I believe it was 4 million the last time I heard the statistic, and I think it was Kevin Samuels who was pretty accurate.
Yeah, I mean, dudes are done simping. You know, that's
that
all.
shit is
That's
done.
what it is. The cats are done simping. You got these girls who still think, you know, I'm the baddest. You know, I'm a hot girl summer, and then when it comes time to settle down, dudes are checking out that cat facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or after 16 years of dating the same motherfucker and having a couple of kids, your pussy is worth $250,000.
Right. It ain't worth $25. I think.
No, yeah, I'm sure he was like on his phone scrolling escort pages. You know, just like one day.
Right there when they was talking. Right when they was talking.
$350.
That's what he was looking at. Was
a happy meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he ain't got to buy 2 meals for the motherfucker. You know, this big bitch.
But you know what, yo,
simmer
man?
down a little bit, Tank. Simmer down, man.
No. He just said, yo, man. He just said,
man.
he just said it, man. He just
What's
said
up?
it, man. I hate to be this way, man, but you got some fluffy bitches that used to have some kind of shame and hide and wear muumuus. What happened to the muumuu? They would hide that shit with the muumuu. Now they act like they the motherfucking Holly Berries of the world.
Well,
Lizzo.
I get Lizzo. I get loving yourself.
Your body shaming. Your body shaming.
I get body positivity. I get it. It's some real shit. I get depression and all of that. But the fact that these same women that want people not to talk about their weight and all of this, they dog the average fucking Joe out, man.
with body shaming.
Body shaming.
There you go.
Yeah, with body shaming. Hey, what's it? 6 foot long dick, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, all his teeth, you know, 2 nostrils. That bullshit.
Right. Lizzo should be looking for a Ruben Studdard motherfucker.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
We talk about that, man. We don't be putting 2 big people together just because they both are big. Come on, man. You can't be doing that, man. You can't be doing that, man. Come on now.
I don't think Ruben's that big anymore. But
Ruben lost it. Ruben lost the weight. Not defending her in the foolishness, but he was cheating the asshole to her, and I'm not mad for her for wanting to not go to City Hall. Sis, listen. I hear you. You look here laughing because you know. Listen.
Go ahead, man, 'cause I was about to myself. Go for it, sir. Please.
Listen, she'd get the fuck out if he was cheating. That don't constitute
She could leave with her money.
wedding.
She could leave with her money that she didn't make.
She can leave, right.
That part. So I don't give a fuck how many times you cheated. She don't get $250K, because she stayed. But you signed up for this.
Let me say this. Let me say this, Cuddy.
Program.
Right. Hey, a wise man by the name of Orange Juice Jones said, "You can take that alley cat coat." The great Orange Juice Jones. The great Orange Juice Jones. You take that alley cat coat, have it.
Hush puppy wearing.
Yeah. No. Don't go looking for all the credit cards. I give you blue diamonds. Anything you wanted.
Things you can't even pronounce.
Things you can't even pronounce. Yeah. Don't go look at that closet. You know what I'm saying? Because see, one day you're going to find somebody like me. You're going to learn to appreciate them. But until then, tricks are for kids, silly rabbit. Orange juice.
Yes, sir.
There should be no way that a woman tries to extort a man
Facts.
for $250,000.
Facts.
That's what it really comes down to.
Supposedly accepting him back for his infidelity.
Right.
That part. Don't equate the two. Because
leave.
That sounds like you had a plan off the rip anyway. If that's the case.
If he fuck up, I'm taking him for everything.
Right.
Okay. What is this? Who is this bitch? She can impose a fine.
Right.
I mean, what is that?
Fine. A stiff one.
Because you know what comes after that, I want a $250,000 wedding. Oh, I stayed with you after you fucked that fine bitch that was thin. And then she was like, well, I can take you to child support. It costs you more money than the $250,000 for one big wedding day.
You can tell by her entire demeanor in the conversation, her word choice and everything. This is why I wanted all to see it,
so he could see what type of energy this chick was bringing. I was like, man, she negative off rip, man. Something had happened. We don't follow the love and hip hop shit or whatever, so we didn't know the context. LOH put us on. Let us know what was going on. But still, that's like Tank said. That's extortion. I don't give a fuck what he did.
Right. That's the scenario when you need polyamory. That's when you need 3-4 other wives to shun her. Right? It ain't even about the sex and all the other stuff we got into last time.
That part.
That's when you need. You're like, y'all think she acting right? And you just
Go
sit
jump
there.
that bitch.
First of all, let me tell you, you know what I'm saying? And then the whole, and then you just sit.
They go jump.
Now that's
No,
when the slap competition.
no violence.
That's a slap competition right there. That's a slap competition.
No violence.
Just get
right there.
In line.
No violence fighting me. No violence fighting me. God damn, boys. Take it down.
The second benefit of having a horde of whores in your house is now that bitch has 3 workout partners. She can lose control.
That too. The peer pressure. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's needed. Sometimes it's just fellas.
There will be no.
Maybe she got to fit.
No
she got to fight. She got to fight 3 other chicks for food. There's only 3 meals and 4 bitches.
Damn. Tank won a battle royal in this bed.
Hey,
it's only room for 4 of us in this bed.
Hey, he offended.
He is offended.
No, you see, I don't even watch this show, but like I feel like I lived with one of these bitches once. You know what I mean? Like, so it's bringing back a whole bunch of old memories. So I'm sorry if I'm going ham on her because I really don't like when I got the text message. I had to look these. I don't even know who the fuck these people are. And it was like, man, he had hit records from 2010. I was like, shit. You know,
who the fuck is he?
Right. Yeah, I still don't know. I was old then.
I still don't know.
Who is that? Was that Trinidad? No,
his name is Phresher. He had like
Phresher. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I brought it to the fam because we don't engage in that shit to the folks where we can have name recognition. We don't even know these motherfuckers. We got to do a deep dive. Like, who the fuck are we talking about? But, yeah. Go ahead, Tank, man. Finish that as far as you having flashbacks of.
Please do. Finish
of
that.
Pathways and days.
Triggers.
Yeah, trigger alert. I'm sorry, man. I didn't know this was going to happen, but continue.
I'm telling you, the easiest way out of the situation for that brother, do not leave her. Just feed her and keep feeding her. That'll be a big shut-in bitch before you know it, and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
She's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
No, she ain't going nowhere.
Put up with that, and he's providing a lifestyle for her to even fix her mouth to save $250K.
She leave that motherfucker. She's gonna be stuck with somebody like me, man.
She's comfortable. She'll be okay.
She leave him. She gonna be with somebody like me, an old vet with an attitude that works security nights.
How do you have?
It's crazy.
How do you have sex with someone after that? Like that's a complete fucking turnoff. Like how do they go to bed together that night?
They don't.
You know, it's knowing that you. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that word into this conversation, man, because that fits so perfectly, man. That's extortion.
You're right. Yeah, right. You're right, Drizzy.
She probably grew up broke. She didn't have shit. She was overlooked.
Right. Yep.
All her friends was slightly prettier than her. She's not bad looking, but
but Drizzy,
not taking care of herself.
Drizzy, back when I was
bad looking for.
Let it go. Let it go.
I'm being. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to.
I'm not trying to bash her.
She bad.
Not trying to bash her.
Right. We've seen a lot worse with richer guys.
Facts. She is.
That's all.
Overly self-confident.
We've seen a shit ton better.
True.
But listen,
Facts.
I remember being in them streets, man. I remember being in them streets, and all I'm gonna say is, it's amazing what some of these women expect when they don't even have those type of resources. Treat themselves. I remember I met a motherfucker. I met a motherfucking woman that said she doesn't do fellatio. Straight off the rip. I never was, believe it or not, the type to just talk sex to a woman like that right off the rip.
Okay.
I'm a silly cat. I like to joke. I like to just have good conversation. And one day she was like, "Yeah, I don't do that." I was like, "Why are you even bringing that shit up?" And then so we were supposed to go on a first date, and she was like, "Yeah, I want to go to PF Chang's for the first date." I'm like, "Now you don't suck no wang, but you want the PF Chang's." So true story.
Euphemisms.
He was out in the streets.
It
was real.
I ended up taking this other Joan I met in the gym. I took her to Cheesecake Factory, and we went back to my studio and swung an episode. Instead, she was like, "What happened? You didn't call me." I'm like, "Yeah, I ain't fucking with you like that." That's how you got to be, man. You can't have no motherfucker sitting in your face saying, 250 G's when there's a viable option such as the courthouse
or both hands. You know, fuck that fat bitch.
There you go. Or the door.
Yeah.
You see them two motherfuckers right there? Go outside.
Hey man,
Just go stand out there for a minute.
That's
jog in
place.
place.
That's where they at right now, man. That's
Do some push-ups.
Jumping jacks.
Plank,
You
bitch.
go on the internet, you find so many sites or so many YouTube videos of chicks talking crazy like this, man.
Do a proper
Yeah,
plank for 10 minutes, and I'll give you the wedding.
Damn.
Do
Yeah,
a
I mean,
10-minute plank.
Yeah.
Just like how, like, every boy, you don't have to show them how to drive a car or swing an axe when they're playing. You know, it's just inbred in them. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to teach a boy to be violent. It's the same way you don't have to teach a bitch to be greedy.
Man, we can end that one.
You trying to take place. I should say.
God damn.
He is coming for that spot,
Man,
man. Locked
My
and
God.
loaded.
Man,
Is he
he
not?
is
Is he
not
not?
missing tonight.
No, he's not.
Next,
Man,
I'm loving it though. I ain't gonna lie.
all net. Okay. Yeah, man.
All right,
Yes,
we
sir.
going.
Drizzy hit you. Drizzy just hit you. Damn.
Grimace bitch. God.
All right, man. On to serious shit. Okay. Yeah.
Is this Young Miami or Young Mommy? How you
Young
pronounce that?
Miami. It's Young Miami.
Yeah, Young Miami. Enjoys golden showers.
It's YUNG, but whatever. We got it. You know.
I
Don't spell it, man. I just clicked and pasted it.
You did.
Yeah, they call
It's my
him
fault.
Pee Diddy. I mean, I don't have anything for this.
Hey, what we just talk about a dude that's over what 8 figures?
Yeah,
He pretty much gonna do what the fuck he gonna do.
You think she let me pee on her?
No,
Right.
She may let you fart on her, but not pee.
She ain't always been famous, but she always been in the piss. Okay. So
Yeah.
they're down
Yeah.
through the line, she got one of them original boot knockers that can still come back and get that pussy peeing on her every couple of years.
Yeah.
That Hennessy pee. You know
But
what I'm saying?
Every woman's got one guy that can always come back and get
You
it.
ever smell pee after Christian Brothers?
Dude,
That type
after
of piss.
OE,
Yeah,
Shit.
That shit
Yeah.
to be brownish, look like petrol
yeah,
fuel.
look like cider. Yeah.
Yeah. That honey crisp apple cider.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you think he eats asparagus before he does it?
I was thinking about that same shit.
Dude, don't you?
But
Yes,
for
have
her,
to.
for her
I mean, the
to
whole-
admit
You
it.
gotta drink Pabst Blue Ribbon and eat some asparagus.
Yeah, I mean, but seriously,
That's
when you
two
think about it,
extremes,
you
bro.
have to.
Two different extremes.
If
Tennessee
someone is
cream
into getting
ale.
pissed on, if somebody's into getting pissed on, they're not in it just because of the warm water feeling. You know, it's to feel like disgusting doing something very disgusting. So the worst the pee can be, hey, don't drink nothing but coffee for 3 days and eat that asparagus. You know, like and leave that stanky, sticky, diabetic piss all over my face and neck. Like, it has to be deplorable, and that's what's enjoyable to these motherfuckers.
The thing is, she admitted it.
She admitted it.
It's like where we at with these females these days, man.
Man,
It's like,
that's
nothing
that
sacred.
old gangster shit, bruh. Dude, think about it. We're gonna take this back a little bit. To W Balls, the golden shower hour, wake your goat mouth ass up.
Got you. I got you.
Hey, but wasn't Diddy in all kind of freaky shit anyway? I mean, wasn't he like the black eyes wide shut motherfucker?
Yeah, for the most part, I expect nothing less. But for her to come out, doing the interview with Trina, she came out and said, this is.
But think about it. Look at who the interview was with. I mean, it's Trina.
Yeah, I mean, she's comfortable with it.
And I love me some Trina.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's down in Miami. You gotta think though, too, bro. This 2 Live crew, all that. That's
but
kind
she's
of
what? How old is Young Miami?
She's not. I mean, I think she's in her 20s.
She's
But
You
I
know
like
what I'm
mean,
saying? So her
25.
mom and them was probably coming up through the Freaknik and all that other shit.
Yeah,
South
they
Beach,
got
all that
pissed
shit.
yeah, I
So
mean that's
this is the
all that
new,
shit.
this is the new age, and she on that shit.
They got pissed on.
Or I have a big or, since I'm the man behind the myth, who explains the myth behind the myth.
Who explains? Yeah.
Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. They just open with the rituals now. They've been doing that shit. They've been drinking piss, eating feces. Only certain people can stomach it and can do it to go to the next level.
Yeah.
And she's with the guy who just took Kanye's spot. I mean, this shit is not coincidental. Kim Porter's book is out. Albie Shore's up out the coma. Jaguar Wright's losing her mind.
Oh, bro, we got.
And everybody's talking about
too.
Diddy.
Yeah.
Everybody's telling what Diddy did.
Kim Porter.
Kanye even said, "I'll give you the names." I told you.
You say
What's
Kim
up?
Porter got a book?
Oh yeah.
What, it came out posthumously or something?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you this. Nothing shocks me. All you gotta do is read Mark Curry's joint, Dancing with the Devil. That shit is like real eye-opening about this motherfucker. But people still love this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it's a whole bunch of stuff. It's a whole bunch of shit.
It's all
I
coming out
came up
now.
with
But
that I was seeing in the past week. That's just on some wild shit.
Yeah, but we touched on it, in the last segment about, 8-figure dudes. They got options. Meaning they could piss shit and do whatever the hell they want on anybody. What, Diddy just had a baby?
Let me say this, man.
Yeah, with another chick. With another chick.
And this motherfucker been acting real
Didn't
weird.
one of them used to date his son not too?
That was Lori Harvey.
That was Lori Harvey.
Oh, that was okay.
Now she messing with the boy from Snowfall.
Yeah.
But listen, man.
Wait a minute, the uncle?
Nah, not the curl, man. Not the curl. You know Franklin, man.
Oh,
you tripping, man. You tripping.
They come back.
Oh shit!
Come back.
Oh my!
The uncle? No, not the uncle, man.
They should be the two new characters in P Valley. Put them up.
Yeah, leave P Valley alone, man. Leave him alone, man.
Yeah,
P Valley, get it?
P.
Oh, I got it. Nice pun.
Right.
I like that.
Right.
Going back, I remember reading Confessions of a Video Vixen, and there was that thing where he was telling Exhibit to stay away from her because you'll throw a bunch of shit in his ass. Diddy's been on some other shit for a long time, and you remember how he danced back in the day. Like that wasn't no man shit.
You got to watch the clips from 50. He got a bunch of clips.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
That motherfucker said, dude, talk about it. Yeah, man, we could go out. I could take you shopping for clothes. He was like,
the fuck
nigga, I
this
don't
nigga
need
just
you
say?
buying me clothes. The fuck is wrong with you? Talking about, man, that's some... Nah, fam. Nah.
What the fuck this nigga just say?
Well, he gonna take me shopping for clothes.
Listen.
Yeah, man, it's all on me. I pay for it. He was like, man, I don't ever need you to buy me clothes, man. What is wrong with you?
Did you see the shit where Diddy was asking Fab to come party with him?
Yeah.
And Fab was like, Diddy, we already party. He was like, nah, I mean party. And Fab and them, like Jada was like,
man, watch Diddy.
He gonna try and Diddy
boy.
you,
Left it. Watch Diddy. That's why we left Bad Boy.
Right. He gonna try and Diddy you. That's what that name sound like, Diddy.
That was back when Pastor Mase was an altar boy for Diddy.
Right.
Next, Drizzy hit it.
My God, my God.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Tank is on fire.
Allegedly.
Pass me that. Man, that dude talk about God. So I'd be like, what God? Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I got to stop that shit too.
What God is you talk?
Right.
I thank
Which
God.
one?
We on top. You on top tonight?
Stop.
Right.
You was on bottom last time.
They call him love now. They call him love. Yeah.
Oh
man,
my.
What kind of
My
love?
God.
What's your first name, love? Dookie.
Piss.
Dookie love.
Dookie love. Dookie sweet. Next, man, you got me on some other shit. I'm following Paddington, man. Let's bring this shit, land this plane. man.
Anyway,
Land
apparently,
this plane.
Ah,
Oh,
please
man.
let me.
Go ahead.
Yes,
Go ahead, man.
yes, please.
So dig it, man. Oftentimes we hear people. It's the reason why I want to go first. Oftentimes we hear people say, I stand on this. You got to stand on something.
Yeah.
They're standing on something, but then there's also admitting when you're wrong, looking at some things, right? And so, in light of this shit with Homeboy, because I'm going somewhere with this, I do want to say I was wrong about Dion, right? Even though, yeah, because my brothers challenged me on this one. Now, I still have some ways that I feel about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, he was saying things were stolen, and it turned out that they weren't. That they were just moved. The daughter had to recently apologize because she embellished some things. There's only been 4 murders at that campus, but the thing is this: Dion was there for 3 years. Brothers were right about that. He invested his money in there. You brothers were right. I was watching the videos. He had Snoop, The Rock, all these people, Yellow Beezy up there. You brothers were right. What was the other thing that he did? He did so many things.
He brought the old girl up to tell him about the traps of the hood rats. What's her name?
Brittany Renner brought her up there.
Yeah,
Brittany Renner.
Brittany Renner, which was the
awesome,
the best thing ever to do for those kids. But go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
More important than anything, he was transparent.
Yeah,
he was transparent. And the other thing is, he was not trying to blast Jackson State. Things just happened to just come out. He wasn't trying to blast them.
Hold on, I want to interject one thing.
Go ahead, brother.
He called in the audit. You understand what that is? He put up some of his salary. Yeah, some of his salary went towards towards the school, towards the funding. And he said, okay, if the broadcasters are saying on the game that we sold out, but yet y'all bringing in the numbers from the seats saying that it's only 20-40% full out of 100, where's the money?
Right.
And that's when shit start to get a little funky, because they were like, pretty much, who are you to ask? You're like, I'm the guy who took a pay cut to come here. Some of my money is going into y'all, so I want an audit.
Absolutely.
If the broadcaster is saying, oh, we coming live from Jackson State with a sold out crowd, but then I asked for the numbers and y'all only saying we at 60, maybe 70%.
Right.
Come on. But go ahead.
No. You're right. No, I thank you for adding that in there, because wrong is fucking wrong. Right.
That
now,
part.
we cannot look over the fact that they gave him an opportunity when these other institutions wouldn't.
True.
All right. And they're starting to sanitize him right now, because the son is no longer ahead of his social media shit. I mean, for the team, he handles his Dion's private shit. That being said, because I was wrong, I made sure that I looked into this whole shit with Ed Reed. Right up until today's show, I watched a Roland Martin interview, and the only thing I didn't get to was the students. And though I'm not even gonna say that, I'm gonna even give him that. Though he may have been right about some things, motherfucker was dead wrong.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. He was dead wrong, because I watched the shit, and what I was looking for was, hey man, did he take this shit to them? About the problems. He was only there 25 days. And then I'm watching an interview with the interim President Lawrence Drake. And he's like, I said 3 things to him. This is a Christian university, conduct yourselves, this, that, and the other. I think that's a bunch of bunk. Because I said it before Roland, it actually came up with it. I'm like, yo, man, these motherfucking kids up here partying and shit. You think that they acting in a Christian manner, walking around with Bibles? That's a bunch of bunk. He was talking about the music in one of the videos. The second thing he said, well, we wanted to build a team up around him. He was cool with that. But the third and most important thing that he said was, hey, we informed him that this was neither the University of Florida nor was it the NFL. We just coming off 2 hurricanes that caused $6 million in damage that we didn't count in the fucking budget. He's talking about his office wasn't clean. He said that wasn't his office. We were renovating that after the last guy left. We were renovating all of those spaces. He said, we told him that we know that this campus needs over $100 million over several years. Okay. Yes, I didn't like when he said it was mildew, but he said, yes, there's mold on things. He said, but this is what happens when things sit in water. A lot of those buildings that they're showing aren't even being used. They aren't even serviceable. And Ed Reed showed his fucking ass, and the contracts weren't even signed. Nor should he have been on there showing his ass like that, cursing. Dion, one thing you can say about that brother is he is super fucking polished. He won't curse, nor do I think he let people cuss around him. Not saying that that's a big thing to me, but if we're talking about presentation here, right? We're speaking about presentation. I watched this interview, and then I watched Ed Reed. Now, the brother Lawrence Drake made a point to not talk bad about him. I didn't like that Roland didn't correct the female panelist when she said the president, he said he wanted them to protest about other things, which is not what he said. He said, I'm proud of these kids because this is how you get power. That's power out there. Those kids protest. And he said, what I would like for them to do is use the same power in other areas. And Roland didn't correct the shit. Ed Reed got on there and didn't acknowledge shit. All he said was, man, I put $2,400 into this. He started crying and acting all erratic and get up walking around. And the slaves jumped off of the ships and they hung people from trees. I know what's going on with this university and they slandering me, man. Now, if you had a problem with Reggie Thiers, you should have said that. I believe him when he says that Reggie told him to withdraw his name. I don't think he's lying about that. But what I think is this brother made a huge misstep.
Yep.
By blasting that fucking campus like that.
Yep. That's why when you brought this up, I was just like, what part do you really want to talk about? Because he fucked up. I wanted you to come around and see exactly what he did. I didn't know how you was going to talk about Ed and what light you were going to talk about him in, because I was like, hands down, he fucked up. You don't do that. You just don't do that. And you ain't even on campus yet. And like you said, the contracts weren't even signed. They was like, no, thank you. Next.
And I think his heart is in a wonderful place. It's like, yeah, Shaq was gonna, well, if Shaq cared about them kids, he'd do what he was pledging to do for you. It's not about you, it's about the kids. But I just think, man, he went off the deep end. The campus they had the hurricanes in fucking November. Dude said they've been trying to renovate the campus for a year and a half. They've been trying to fix this shit up. He was even bold enough to say, yo, Roland, y'all could come to this motherfucker. Y'all could come see what this place is like. And they're going to do a town hall. I think it's February 2nd or 3rd. Homie, I was wrong about Dion. Now, there's a conspiracy thing in my head that's like, damn, it's kind of a coincidence that 2 NFL Hall of Famers go to these historically black colleges and all of a sudden there's gripes. Now, that's different for Dion. He gave it 3 fucking years and his money. This motherfucker gave it. And
damn. Hey, let's not sleep on Tennessee State. Let's not sleep on Tennessee State.
I'm glad you're going there because I wanted to bring up Eddie George, but go ahead.
Yeah, they got Mr. George there as well. So he's not he got in there and he's feeling himself because of what Dion did. He could go in there. He opened up the door a little bit. He got a little way too comfortable. But understand this: you're not Dion. You're not polished. Dion has been a brand since he stepped, on the field, football and baseball.
And Eddie George had a nuanced conversation. Like, listen, and Drizzy, I think you'll appreciate this. I did my Drizzy research, man. There was a whole article that Forbes came out with as far as how these land grant institutions are severely fucking underfunded. The only 2 that aren't is Central State, and I think is Iowa or one of these other ones. But every other one is owed $1 billion, $900 something million there. Michigan, they said that for HBCUs over the last 14 years got something like $14 billion. Michigan's endowment alone is $17 billion, he was saying. So the fact that money went off the deep end like that, it's exactly what you're saying. He saw what Dion was doing, but he didn't have the finesse to do it.
That
He didn't,
part.
you know what I'm saying? He didn't have the polish to be going in there though. He went in there guns blazing.
Yep.
In front of the parents. Y'all heard cuss words before. Y'all heard cuss words and all this shit before.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, brother. You mishandling that. And these kids, like, I understand what you want, but this cat, I think this motherfucker's CTE is showing, man.
You know what, man? All right.
There's
so,
Go ahead. There's no way to
right,
diagnose it. Maybe this should be it. You know, when a nigga start acting crazy, when you give him a job, he's got CTE.
Go ahead.
I appreciate both of your contributions, and I see a lot of where you're coming from. First curse word that you said was Roland Martin. I stand with Vicky Dillard. Yeah, I'm taking sides.
Go ahead.
I don't have much regard for HBCUs. I'm glad Ed Reed exposed them. I'm tired of our people playing ball even when they get on a certain level, when they can actually have a voice and have an opportunity to bring attention to gross negligence. One hurricane should not have put that university in a situation like that. They live in Florida. They existed in Florida for decades. Buildings full of trash do not explain. And having lived in Florida, mold, all those things, I guess they can develop, but not rather quickly. That goes from time passing and neglect taking place. Now, his misjudgment of the office, probably an honest mistake, but they shouldn't have showed him that space. That could have been easily remedied by just not happening. I like Ed Reed. I think he's all heart. And I think some people who are all heart aren't the best articulators of their thought process. Mm-hmm. The university has him as a disadvantage because you have a bunch of intellectuals who are paid to do damage control when situations similar to this occur. I think it's just a misfortune of this occurrence. I think that he jumped the gun in some ways. The contracts weren't signed. That's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? But I can definitely understand him wanting to raise alarm to the conditions he saw, being that he's come from the gutter to where he is, and then seeing these kids going through that where they don't even have a practice field. How do you expect me to build a football program and we don't even have a fucking place to practice?
So let me rebut that. Let me rebut when you finish. Go ahead, Cuddy.
Okay. Because I'm just going off what he said.
Yeah, I mean, at no point in time, because it sounds like he was there for not just one day, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at no point in time did any employees from this university say, hey, nigga, you don't work here? I mean, if the contracts weren't signed
or something,
you know, and he's jumping the gun on everything and doing this, like, either you work here or you don't.
You're gonna
you can't have the football team just disappear and start picking up garbage on campus if you're not an employee.
Yeah. And he was meeting with parents and recruits. So it just gets a little confusing here.
He jumped the shark, man. He jumped the shark. That's all. He jumped the shark. So all he had to do, like you said, Drizzy, he's all heart. So he came in blazing. Like, I'm gonna turn this program around.
All right, so allow me to rebut that. All right. So it wasn't one hurricane, it was two hurricanes. Okay. And you're absolutely right. That those conditions aren't something that, let's just say, we want to do. But if you paid attention to the damage that the flooding did in Houston, it fucked those houses up. And those houses look the exact same way that those dorms look. Okay. But when, and this is the other thing, you said that they have him at an intellectual advantage. Well, the advantage that he has is he's an NFL Hall of Famer in America's most beloved sport.
I didn't mean any disrespect to his prowess as an intellectual.
No. I'm not saying
his
that.
Communication style.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not just follow me. What he has is he has a bully pulpit as an NFL Hall of Famer. Okay, same way Dion did. Okay, I would go with what you're saying as far as the exposing part. If the interim president at that, didn't say we had challenges that we made him aware of. We told him what was going on with this. Again, this is not the University of Miami, nor is it the NFL. We need these fixes. This place needs over $100 million over so many years. There's $6 million in damage that's not even in our budget. They can't afford it. And so my thinking is that trash that's in those buildings, because he also said that there was supply chain issues. You know what I'm saying? And they made this man aware of everything. Okay. The problem I had with other problem I had with Ed Reed was he ended up to me, he threw the kids under the bus because he's like, oh, they talking about my music. Have you looked at the way some of these have you seen the way these students dress? They worse than the music. Oh man, I was pulling trash from under the trees because some of the players they was being all cute. If it was just, I get what you're saying, but to me it sounded like this. They trying to fix the problem. Like this school has less than 3,000 students. That's some high schools have more than that. Of course, they're not gonna have.
Oh,
you muted, bro.
You muted yourself.
Went
Man.
out for a second.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. This shit booted me off and everything, man.
Okay.
Y'all even coming through on my man.
Yeah, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think that they're on the same side. I just think his approach was too brash, and I think it was misunderstood. I think the things that he was saying was, hey, we need to do something about this.
Right.
These kids shouldn't have to deal with this, regardless of the hurricanes or the lack of funding. Like, we need to do something about this. And since you brought me here, I think he put his money where his mouth was, even though we might say, oh, NFL star, $2,400 is nothing, but that's a whole stimulus check. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Absolutely.
So he was trying to do something without having signs, without having received a dime. And I don't think his point was ever the money. And this brings an interesting topic. So what about what Trump signed to where they didn't have to keep coming back and asking for that federal funding? What about what Trump signed? Is it being implemented? Is it not? Is that part of the issue? I would like to know the answer to these questions.
Well, one of the things that the brother was saying was the alumni is a problem. He was saying that they had to change the whole way. That's what I'm saying. This cat was completely transparent. Ed handled that like a dickhead because the dude said, because Roland was asking him, and let me say this, I agree with those two cuss words, Roland Martin. I'm with you, brother. But I think he gave a very objective, fair interview. He didn't do the typical shit like he did. Like, to me, let's just say with Dr. Umar, regardless of how anybody feels about Dr. Umar, they fucking ambushed that guy. And I think he did well in light of who the fuck was on that panel and how he was being handled. That being said, the brother was saying the alumni don't, because Roland asked him, he said the alumni ain't raising no fucking money. He said how much did they raise? Less than 1%. So we had to change the way we're doing things because they're not doing it. You know what I mean? I think look, man, I think that because then he started talking weird. They said he had the one guy was trying to speak for him, and his own guy that was trying to speak for him said he put the passion before the purpose, and he jumped in, and they said, "Yo, he said we extended an olive branch to Bethune." He said, they asked him and said, "Well, have any other HBCUs reached out to you?" And it was like, "Oh, I turned down jobs to come here. I turned down the job at JSU." He's like, "What? Jackson State? Come on, brother." Now, my thing is this. If something can be worked out, if somebody's willing to work something out with him, then hey man, if they decide to take him because those kids saying they want him, the parents saying they want him, and once again, I think his heart is in the right place, then hey, work it out.
All right.
Work it out. I'm not saying fuck him altogether. I'm saying he fucked himself.
That part. Don't do shit until the contract's signed.
Right. And still have some tact, man.
Yeah.
Got you.
Let's bring this plane home.
Ooh.
All right,
Mighty
man. Go check that shit
asshole.
out, man.
I agree with it.
Woman pretends not to recognize her parents who abandoned her. So this story is about this girl and her older sister who had a serious condition that her parents could not afford to pay for. So they kind of just dropped them off at a family member's house and just turned their backs and never paid this girl any attention.
Never left her in the box, but go ahead.
Yeah.
No, they took care of the daughter with the sickness and dropped the healthy one.
Yeah,
off.
they dropped the healthy one off until
well, kudos to them.
That part.
I don't need to hear anything else. Kudos to them.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing.
But that the sister that was sick or whatever, that was not of good health, she passed away.
Yeah.
And the healthy sister went to the funeral. You know, mind you, years have passed. Went to the funeral, and the parents came up to the healthy one, the one that they left behind and put in the box. She pretended she didn't know him. You know, they went to go hug her, and she's like, hey, I don't do all that with strangers, you know. And they felt some type of way, and she pretty much want to know if, you know, she's an asshole for that.
Nope.
I say no, because it's not that they just dropped her off. She saw him, I think she said 6 times over 9 years. 6 fucking times.
Yeah.
And it was the aunt and the uncle that raised her. And the grandmother understood it while the other family members was like, nah, you need to blah, 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 blah. I understand having a sick child and you got to take care of him. But that does not negate your responsibility to your other child. If she had to go stay with family members, some support should have been in place. If that was nothing but, physical support, you just coming and checking on the well-being. Hey, let me take you out. Let me do this.
That part.
Woo, woo, woo. But they neglected that, and so she neglected them. And I agree with that. I could tell you a real life situation about that. That's heartbreaking. We got family. And it's really a sad story. My mother told me. We got a cousin, they're biracial, and the family member in question, he used to beat his white wife. He used to beat her pretty bad. And she left. She dipped out and she left him with the kids. Now, he was amazing to the kids, but she ended up remarrying. She married a white man, had children. And they tried to get in contact with her. The daughter did. Yo, please don't call her ever again. Don't call her ever again. Well, some time passed. I guess the marriage didn't work out. So the mother reached out to the child again. Hey, this, that, and the other. Woo, woo. She wasn't doing good. I'm not your child, though. Don't call me anymore. So you kind of get what you put out in the world. You get what you put out in the world, So
yeah, I mean, like I said, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up, considering you left her with your family. So you checked in with your family, but you didn't check in with your child.
Mm-hmm.
You left her, twisting the wind. Like you said, you don't have to be financially supportive. Just check in on them, see how they doing. But you pretty much made it seem like she didn't even exist. And then, in certain functions throughout the years, it was a quick high and by, but nothing, like a parent should, even if you can't, provide everything that you're supposed to. And you just go in and check in and make sure that your kid is doing okay. But they made their decision, and I think this young lady made her decision, and they have to deal with that. And the family, and that's what pisses me off, is the family acting a certain way, saying that she pretty much needs to turn the other cheek and don't be down on their parents, because
traumas like that is going to have her locked in at the age that they dropped her off. That's just how that goes. And I can't say the parents are right or wrong. I can't even say there's a way to handle that. I mean, people are wonderful with coming up with these solutions, and I've seen people with multiple children, and one of them is severely ill, and I don't know how they made it. And they had the most wonderful spirits, and it's like they were tempered for that scenario. You know what I mean? I'm blown away, and I'm not saying like anybody who acted differently couldn't be fucked up. I'm just saying like I don't know what that full. You know what I'm saying? And until you're in that situation, you don't know what that does up here in the heart space, and you know what I mean? Because it could be guilt. Wow, why couldn't both my kids be healthy? So now I got to put all my attention into the one that wasn't born healthy. And I know that one's going to feel the neglect when they're going to physically be there. So let me give them to someone who's going to pay absolute attention to them. Like we don't know the reasoning, but it's still, like you said, not checking in. You know, that distance becomes more and more awkward the longer it goes without contact. You know what I mean? And human nature, it's like, it's so freaking weird. Like it probably wasn't even done with intent. It wasn't definitely probably not done out of spite.
Yeah, we don't
but now
know because
she's still stuck at that one part of her childhood.
But what do you do, Drizzy, if you bump into your kid somewhere? You don't acknowledge them, or you know, like I said, that whole dynamic is a little fuzzy for me. Like I said, that they ran into each other through the years, but where was that?
They never acknowledged her when they ran into her. Not even as family.
They saw each other. Mind you, you're gonna run into each other if she left them with her people. You're gonna run into each other. You know, some type of function, a wedding, funeral, whatever. You're gonna run into each other. And then she attended her sister's funeral, and then that's when the parents like, oh, hey, we got another one that's alive. You know, see what I'm saying? Don't come with the hugs at the funeral when you couldn't hug me when we was at the cookout.
That's gonna take some major time.
Yeah, I'm just going by what the article said. That's all.
I feel you, but I feel like fuck the parents on that bullshit, because again, y'all feel like y'all put her out the fucking pasture while the girl was, you know what I'm saying? If the thing is, her aunt and uncle adopted her when she was 18, and the blessing about that was her aunt and uncle could not have children biologically, so it was basically they called this girl their miracle child. And I think honestly what happened in the story was she didn't see her parents at the funeral. It was, she said she dipped out before her parents could see her. And she saw her parents at a night watch service or something like that when she was with her grandmother. And then they came up to her and was like, hey, do you know me? And she was like, you look familiar. Are you like my father's brother? And she was like, nah, we your parents. Like, I don't know you all like that, bro. And so then they was saying, well, she said she felt they was sitting behind her and she felt the stairs and stuff and all that stuff. And she was like, well, I ain't fucking with y'all like that, though, because, again, I seen y'all, I can count on one hand how many times I didn't see y'all since y'all ditched me. But now y'all want to come and give hugs and shit. I can't rock with you like that. And then they wrote her a letter talking about how hurt they was and all this shit. Nigga, fuck you. How hurt you was, bitch. Y'all gave me up and ain't speak to me and all that shit, but y'all hurt.
That's the Christian way I know. That all sound like church. That all sound like
Christian way. Fuck out of here.
That sound like the Christian way to me. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Corey. Stop. That's
fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Hey, Cuddy, you all right,
man?
Don't tell me.
Oh no, I'm stretching my shoulder out. I got a hand on the lower end of the seat.
It's after hours, man. Everything, knobs, humidifier, fucking up.
I got to mess with you.
My nose starting to run.
I got to mess with you.
Nigga can't copy and paste. I swear I ain't think to do that. I swear I was hot.
It was like, fuck y'all. I couldn't click on it. It was like, it's right there. Fuck that. If I can't click on it, it ain't working.
All I heard was scroll up, scroll. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm scrolling. I don't see it. I'm hitting articles and shit. What the fuck I'm supposed to do? Copy and paste. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think the girl.
Light
so my
bulb.
apologies,
I don't
gentlemen.
think the daughter is the asshole or the
All right.
child that was.
I think
giving up.
I think
I
we're
don't think
unanimous on this one, man. All right,
Yeah,
man.
nah, not that
Hey,
asshole.
hey,
Thanks for
one
putting
thing.
that up. That's a good
One
topic.
thing
What's up?
before. One thing before. Did you guys see this?
No, what's up? What do you
What's
do?
that?
Bronny James got named to McDonald's All-American game.
Yeah.
So LeBron's son, just like his old
Just
boy.
like Daddy.
But the kicker is he hasn't announced where he's going to school like every other player. So what's that lead to speculate? What's that?
He gonna be playing with his daddy?
No, because he got to play. He got to go to school for a little bit, or he got to go overseas.
Oh, they did change those rules, right?
Yeah, they changed it. Because like people like his daddy, they want to keep them in the system as
So
long
they
as
can get a little
can.
money off of.
Yeah, so they get something off of him. You know how much money this little man gonna bring? So he's probably gonna go over to Europe, like the dudes, what was that? The cats who
The
came
balls.
out, the ballers. Yeah, the balls.
Yeah.
Or whatever. He's gonna probably go overseas.
You think his
Yo,
dad ain't gonna make sure his contract Rizzy?
He's
Right.
good
Man.
already. It's just a matter of which team he's gonna go to. He's
But
good
check
already.
this out.
He's gonna sit
Check
out a
this
year.
out. Have y'all seen the show Game 3 with Bomani Jones on HBO Max?
Mm-mm.
No.
Check that out. Like right now it's on season 2, like it just started, but he speaks on this exact subject. Like basically this tells you why everything is happening with this specific subject with LeBron and his son and everything.
Yeah,
He
it's
goes
his.
into
Remember
detail with it.
the rule with his agent. What's his name? Dude from that's from Ohio
Paul.
with him. What's his name? Rich.
Yeah.
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul the cat
Yeah, Rich Paul.
with
It's a
Adele.
rule now. Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
the Rich Paul rule. Where
Rich Paul
Yeah.
rule.
these cats can't just go straight from the to high school. They jammed up the system because Rich cornered the game.
Yeah, they
he's
always
getting-
shut the brothers down.
Yeah, he's getting all the top recruits. He's the number one like sports agent. He's getting everybody, and he could tell them like, dude, you're gonna go like second round. He got
Fam,
into a fucking science.
That's why
He's dope,
that's why they don't like Al Heyman.
Yeah.
That's why they always talking that greasy shit. Every time you turn around, De La Hoya got something to say about Al Heyman PBE fight.
Yeah, because he cornered the market.
Cornered the
Yeah,
market.
he gamed their ass up, and
He tells De La
you know,
Hoya to get his panties out a bunch.
Right.
tell
with
De
them
La
fishnets.
Hoya to stop, making sure
Black
that the
pantyhose.
booger sugar is on point.
Right.
He do that, he'll be okay. But
I
back
got
to
the blueprint.
LeBron.
I got the blueprint for Mayweather.
Did y'all see the interview with LeBron when they asked him like, so what else do you need to accomplish? What's the the biggest thing you want to do? He was like, I want to play with my boy,
That's 100.
and he could do that within the next
Yeah.
2-3 years. And don't sleep on Bryce.
Oh, Bryce is a monster.
Yeah.
Have you not seen? LeBron said we were sitting down at the
Oh.
kitchen table eating breakfast, and a grown man just came downstairs overnight.
That boy
He
is
said,
Hey.
look,
he-
he's
oh my God.
6'6".
yeah,
Now he's taller than Bronny. Now,
with a jump.
Come
And
on,
Braun's
man.
still playing at a high level.
man, the
That's
James
what they were
genes
saying.
are kicking in
That's exactly
full
what he
effect
was
right
saying.
now. Don't sleep on the youngest one.
So let me ask y'all this
Yeah.
question.
Brother
Let me
can
ask
do
y'all this
anything but
question.
grow hair.
Stop, man. God, man, that's male pattern. Stop it. Go ahead.
So, you see that new surgery they got, man, where they putting the follicles in there?
They're doing
They
some.
That's
do
real
all that
shit.
man. Talk to Akon about that. But go ahead.
Dig it. So let me ask y'all this: do y'all think that he's shooting to have his boy play with him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Even if-
he said
Dude,
that.
hold on. I got a prediction. Hold on. Vegas is lobbying for an NBA team.
That right there.
LeBron has talked to the commissioner,
He's trying to get
trying
that
to
team
get
there.
his fucking team. He wants his team to
Off
be in
space.
Vegas.
Off space says it all.
LeBron wants his own team
Yes.
in
Yes.
Vegas.
Yes.
He already pitched the commissioner
And that's-
already. Like last year, he pitched him already.
Mhm.
It
Yep.
may happen.
Yep.
It may
Yeah, he
happen.
gonna go in with Jay-Z on that.
So
Yep.
watch that space. It may
Yep.
happen.
I
So
possibly
it's not a
do.
matter of if, it's
That
where.
part right there.
You don't think they'll take him back in Cleveland? He could go anywhere. He got rings. He said the only thing he wants now is to play with his boy. He'll go and pull a Michael Jordan and go to Washington.
Mhm.
think
play
about
anywhere.
that.
Because
Make
expansion
history.
teams are coming back because they want to bring back Seattle.
Yeah, they got
And
me.
Gary Payton is ushering that in because he said the first thing I want to do is retire Sean Kemp's number and that white dude, Mullen.
Detlef
Is it-
Shrimp?
No, yeah, that was Shrimp.
Shrimp. I'm sorry, Shrimp. Yeah,
Shrimp.
he said they want to retire those cats' numbers, but they got expansion teams on the books, and one of them is definitely supposed to be Seattle, and Vegas might be the other one. So
That's
watch
how it
that.
should be.
Yeah, and I mean, shoot, that's gonna be history right there, boy, for sure.
That's it. Brother got his own team, and he plays with his sons.
For sure.
Plural. Plural.
Right.
Yeah,
He'll probably be
I
a
think-
player coach like Magic was. You know.
Yeah.
Shit, I think he'll be the first player to play with his grandkids. I mean, there's no stopping him. Like the dude is there's something that, like the dude is not human.
Android.
Yeah.
He's an android, man.
Yeah, they said
Yeah.
he spent
And I don't literally mean that. That's not
I want to make a
conspiracy.
D Wade joke so bad right now, but I'm not.
Yeah, we're wine of the week.
Look at
I'm
Wine-
stop
yeah.
NFTs, wine of the week.
Sing it. La Pearl League, whatever, some shit I can't pronounce. It's a Cabernet. Nicely.
I'm singing that shit from now on, man.
Appreciate you. We're gonna get that.
Sauvignon.
Oh man.
Man, it's been real, fellas. Once again, I apologize for the crabbiness. That niggas was just tearing me a new one.
That shit was funny.
Oh shit.
I was listening to y'all fuck me up. I'm
This
like, man,
shit
what's
was so funny. We was like, did you send him the link? Yeah, I sent him a text on the scroll.
He don't know the internet, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to use dial up and shit. It ain't www dot no more.
oh nigga? I'm trying.
Hilarious, man.
I was hurt. Like, man,
You gonna do me like that?
I had diarrhea
Yeah,
all night. Leave me the fuck alone.
Too much. Too much. Gentlemen, it's been
Love
real.
y'all, brothers,
Love
man.
y'all.
For
Love
sure.
you too, man.
Peace.
Yes.
Show. Man.
Hey, you guys leave your machines on so that shit can upload. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, then kill the feed, man, sucker.
It's time to